There we go.
Peacekeepers.
So, all right, let's get game three started. And
Defenders.
I guess we sound a bit different now, don't we, MKRM?
Yes,
Because
sir.
yeah, one of us was female earlier, and guess what? We're we both sound pretty different now.
So it's Peacekeepers versus PN crew. And the Peacekeepers are starting off on the defender side, and PN crew is starting out as attackers.
And it seems that peacekeepers have already decided on what they want to pick, as few of them have already decided on a character, as it really is gonna go on his, well, at this point, signature Reina, as Rain is gonna follow with the second duelist with a jet, actually.
Which is also his signature.
And I guess PN crew is trying to decide on who should play what, as it seems that they are gonna be running Yoru as a duelist. However, the others are deciding on different characters. So Reina, again, coming out from PN crew, as well as Reina is really good on this map.
Choose your agent.
Is no god deciding what to pick in the last few seconds here. Looks like it's gonna be a really attacker heavy side coming in from PN crew here. Whereas the defenders having a more balanced agent lineup coming into this map.
Yeah, they have a Sova, which really helps with intel, a Sage, which helps with defense, and Astra with those smokes.
Helping both
While
sides.
helping both sides, while the attackers, they're going full on attack with a Yoru, Phoenix, and Reina, and an Omen as well. They all have flashes.
Are we gonna forget about breach flashes?
Yeah, they all have flashes along with Breach as well.
Maybe they're looking to stomp the attacking side and play a little bit more passive on the defender side here. Or maybe the opposite. With all these flashes, they might be willing to play aggressive on the defender side. But we'll see.
It'll of course be dependent on how the momentum swings in the game right here, as the attackers are, what it looks like, are trying to go for an A push, while the Yoru is gonna be sneaking through mid. As we have the attackers pushing in to A, and the Yoru and the Phoenix are going to be on mid, as Yomri takes out Riri in mid to move up, pushing up into CT as he flashes CT, which catches Lao off guard. Will he push for more? It's the question here. Rain, on the other hand, getting pushed himself here as the Breach flashes him, and Ambush is there to take his head off. Yomri swing around in mid here, but Paul will catch him off guard as Finn is going on the back, trying to flank, but Isno will catch him right then and there, just saying, no, you will not flank us.
Spike planted.
Paul, all alone, with a classic and 25 armor, trying to make things work here. Moving into Garden, but he gets shot by subbing from Evan.
I mean, what are you supposed to do against this attacking lineup? If they all push into a side with all these flashes, like, you can't shoot or kill anyone if you can't see them.
Yeah, it is so overwhelming, considering the amount of just flashes.
PN crew took good advantage of their attacking lineup, and they're looking to move towards the B site here, basically alternating between sites now. Let's see how they're gonna do in this anti-eco.
But they are trying to go aggressive again, as first of all, the flash was kind of disrupted by the Sova right there. Reina flash is going out, and the follow flash from Breach going out, as Ambush does take out Ryu. However, Fame does take out Merciless in mid here. Yomri does take out Lao on site then, and will try to take the side there, but they are not aware of where Paul is. They're trying to plant the spike, but Paul misses his shot. He's not able to deny the plan, as Isno just takes him out.
Spike
Then,
planted.
however, he is trying to make things work here as he takes out Yomri. Rain, of course, flanking through main here, is trying to open piece. Info in here. He doesn't see the Phoenix, while Finn is over there taking out Ambush on site as he knows where the breach is.
One enemy remaining.
And Rain does follow it up for his teammate for a double there, and are able to repick the site. with such good coordination.
Classic burst OP.
And that was just amazing play coming from both Finn and Rain there as they just tore apart PN Crew.
I mean, after I saw Paul whiff there, not being able to take advantage of his position there, you know, it felt like the attackers had that round, you know? Up until Thin and Rain get some insane frags with a classic and Spectre.
Yeah,
Thin
and
probably
those-
salvaging that Spectre from attacker.
Yeah, and the attackers, they were added with their aggressive play, but they were just shut down. And of course, it seems like they are trying to go for it again. However, this time going for more of a mid push as Yomari will take the lead as Sobang is trying to back him up. Phoenix does throw his molly onto short there, just trying to cover his teammate until they push to mid. And of course, there's a stop here at mid, and Finn does know that, and he will take 2 out.
Spike
And
down
he tries to
mid.
run away, but Isno will deny him that retreat. Really
One
does
enemy remaining.
take Isno's head off along with Merciless as Yomer is alone in garden here on top of this box, just waiting for people to show up, and Paul will show up and take him out as well.
Well played by the defenders. They're able to keep most of their guns, 4 of their guns, and move on to the next round with a pretty decent economy. As the attackers are in shambles here. They're gonna
And
have
it's very
to...
interesting seeing as how well they were able to play around PN Crew here, as they were just able to just pick apart at their weaknesses, seeing as how their strat was just to be aggressive.
Looks like this is the strength of their versatile lineup here, and looks like PNK are going to be moving up with a half buy this round.
Yeah, still not trying to give up entirely here, as they still want to keep that aggression up.
Joke's over!
Yumi does push onto site. He knows where
I'm back.
oh my god, the Sova is. Yumi does get taken out by Finn as Lao takes out Ambush along with Riri on that flank, taking out Isno. Someone
enemy
does take
remaining.
out Lao on site and just move on, but he's stuck in this corner as Paul takes out Merciless while Riri takes out the last.
Looks like the defenders have picked up some momentum and they're absolutely decimating the attackers, stopping them in their tracks. And I think it looks like the defenders have somewhat of a read here. Because as soon as the attackers were entering the B side, Riri was already up behind them.
They were
Securing
very quick to
Let's see
adapt to
now.
this as well, as it took them
About
one
this.
round to get used to it.
That'll work.
We're hoping to see PN Crew adjust their strategy as well.
Yeah, as we see more of a mixed push this time around, as people are just spread out, trying to move in here, as Yomari is gonna go through B main. Riri taking out 2 in mid here with Ambush and Isno going down on Link and top mid is respectively. Merciless, he is trying to peek and he's trying to get that one tap, but Riri will be there.
Talk about being
Punish him.
aggressive.
One enemy
Riri is being
remaining.
really aggressive as Rain sneaks past. He takes advantage of his
Flawless.
teammate's distraction as Paul picks off Yomari
There.
in B main.
The
And there's some
duelists from the
really go-
defenders.
There's some really good coordinated play coming from the defenders here.
The 2 duelists from the defenders. Looks like they've forgotten that they're playing the defender side. They're shutting down the round entirely by pushing them right at their faces.
Yeah, they're saying, no, you're not going to be pushing us. We're going to be pushing you, as they're just moving in and taking heads.
That round we were able to see signature really play right there. Fearless, full of confidence there, as always.
Come around. PN Crew are trying to be going for an 8 push, yeah, as Rain will be caught off guard by the push as Ambush takes him out. Yomi will push in. Is getting pulled by the gravity well there. He is very vulnerable, but he takes out Ambush first. And without any fear, PN Crew are
Spike
pushing
planted.
aside, trying to take this low, trying to contest with a shock dart. They're just slowly trying to retake this spot. Lao will get taken out by Yomi with an aggressive lead there. Riri over here taking a fight against Isno and short as he wins that duel.
One enemy remaining.
Pushing in, backing his teammate up, while Paul takes out people from heaven as he just rains fire from above, but Riri is there to take out Merciless with his frenzy. And
Absolutely amazing retake from the defenders there.
I think that was the first retake that the defenders did, and it was... Nah, it was the second, actually. It was the second retake that they did, and it was successful as well. So not only are they winning in terms of just flat-out rounds, they're also winning these retakes.
I feel like this is the weakness of PN Crew's comp here, because they have all of the utility available to take the site, but they do not have enough utility to hold that site post-plant.
Yeah, and as you can see, the only thing you can do to stop stop the defenders rather, from retaking the site is just an Omen smoke, and that's about it. They are, again, trying to go for more of a split push here, as Merciless is on B main. Trying to deal with that stage wall there, as Paul will be aware that someone is there as his wall gets damaged. Goes at the floor just to be safe, as two of the attackers are moving into mid and A respectively here. Ambush and Yomari trying to go up mid. Ambush, he thinks he sees something there. As he's trying to go in, he's just sneaking around in mid. As Yomari is, again, equivalently sneaking in. Got in there. Thin, trying to take a peek into short here. Making sure no one's pushing out. But he will get caught off guard by Yomari as he takes ambush out in mid. Yomari does go for a double into sight as he takes out Rain. And is moving forward. Yomari is hungry for more, but really will shut him down. However, Isno is there to take his trade for his teammate there.
Your duty is not over.
Trying to slowly make things
One
work
enemy
here as well.
remaining.
Does get seen onto Evan there, but Merciless on the guard and taking out the Res Thin and Paul. Just shutting down that aggression there. And Isno does clean up low to take finally a win for the attackers.
The attacker finally being able to break that momentum. And yes, chat, I am reading the chat. And yes, Ohm is back into casting with the new microphone. So you'll see him more often these days.
Quite the upgrade, huh?
Yup.
But yeah, it does seem that the attackers kind of struck some gold here, as they were able to play retake or defend retake anyway. This time it seems like they're gonna try a bit of a push here at D, as two of them will get spotted. But the Sova really is in mid, trying to fight against Yomari there, as he's hiding behind the stairs, but he will get caught and just taking his head off.
Push his head.
And he really is just moving in, but he gets blinded by ambush and taken out as the attackers are moving into mid. They're trying to rotate into A here as the spike is just stuck. Rain is in a tough spot, is in a really tight spot. They're just waiting for the attackers to come, but they will back off and go towards their spike. And of course, objective is necessary for them, and they will try to, grab the spike and maybe make a play towards A.
That was a beautiful whiff from Riri, by the way.
Right there.
Of course, you rarely see them, but it does happen to the best of us. Rain is waiting for the attackers to come in, as ambush does get tagged. Rain takes out the head of Merciless along as well. They both run out of ammo, but ambush switches to his pistol fashion.
30 seconds left.
Rain. Paul is ready with 150 as
Spike
ambush
planted.
is very low. He's nearly one shot, and Paul takes that shot and takes out ambush out of this game and gets the defuse as well.
Rain is insane.
That was some amazing play coming from Rain there, as he was able to just take out two people.
I missed a little bit of the action. Was he hiding in that corner that Kenma always plays?
He was hiding on the opposite one, actually. He was hiding near the door handle.
Jet's just really good at abusing these tight angles because they can just get a frag and get away with it.
Yeah, really utilizing the ability and the power set of that character there.
Well, the defenders are able to bring it back. And they're like, no, we're not going to give you any momentum. We're just going to steamroll.
That one round, yeah, you got it as a fluke. We are not gonna let you do that again. That's what they're stating with this. And so the attackers are going for a full push this time around, as Yoru will push in with his ult. And he's trying to scout for people. He's trying to look for people as Shabang will kill Rain there as Rain takes out.
Defenders have given up the side.
And that he and crew have taken the side along with the few lives of Peacekeepers here. As Finn is moving in from heaven with his AWP there, trying to get some aggressive AWP plays as he does get tagged through the wall and he's distracted and ambush. Takes that opportunity to take Finn's head off there. And Paul stuck in garden, just confused on what he's going to be doing as Paul moves on to heaven, gets a kill on subbing. Well, he's there, trying to back his teammate up. They do get the AWP. Will they save or not is the question here, as the spike is about to explode pretty soon. And Lau just takes a few shots and goes back, as they do want to save that off. But Yomari dies with the, along with the spike, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, so the score is 6-3, and I feel like Yomari's been doing a pretty good job getting, creating space as an entry fragger, even though he does not get a frag always. The second round won by PN Crew was also due thanks to Yomari's insane entry frag in Garden. So Yomari is doing a really great job opening up the side for PN Crew, and the defenders, they weren't able to retake because 2 of their players dropped before they were even able to.
Yeah, because of that aggressive play, they were caught off guard, and their players were just taken out.
Decoy.
Yomari trying to fake things out here in B as he drops his 2 decoys, while the actual push might be going out here in A as Ambush and Isno are just trying to scout this area out. However, they do not see Rain hiding. Rain does peek around. They do see Rain, but he runs away with his dash. Hiding under heaven, but they know, the attackers know where he is. Finn trying to spray through the wall, trying to take someone out as Rain does take someone on site. Isno taking the trade as they are being very aggressive. Subbing takes Rui out, but Lau is there to take the trade for his teammate there. Lau does see where the Reina is, the Plunder is.
One enemy remaining.
They're waiting for them. Finn takes out the flank as Yomari was trying to be sneaky, and Lau gets the kill with his ult.
I mean, I was talking about how PN Crew is able to take the side, but this time around, they were even able to plant the spike.
Although it is to be noted that this time around, Yomari was going for a flank. As beforehand, it was just Yomari just pushing in and clearing out the site. So maybe that could be the key to their success. As most of the time, or at least on the rounds that they've lost, it seems that Yomari is not where the actual push is. This time around, they are trying to go for a slow B push and don't have much to play with. He does take out Yomari in mid lane. Looking for more as he's just aggressively peeking towards B lobby there. He does not see Merciless backing off, but he's just hogging that wall and making sure he does not see him. Isno takes out Rain in A as he just pushes too hard. Stubborn takes out Lau likewise on B site there. And the defenders are in a really confused spot right now as they do not know where the push is happening. Of course, the smokes do come out, kind of stalling the push from the attackers. We will find Isno in mid, but he will not be able to take him out.
He didn't click.
Stealing sight.
As the attackers are ready to get into B as the Reyna flash goes off, the breach follow it up. Finn does use his ult to kind of split up the attackers there, but way back. Paul does cross the wall, but Merciless is there to take him out as well. Isno is flanking around, and he sees Finn. And Finn is just confused between which person to shoot as he takes out Ambush, but Isno is there to pick up his triple there.
Last round before the switch.
This time around, maybe the defenders got a little too aggressive there, re-peeking towards the mid, but not clicking his mouse when he had the chance. And
Checking the situation.
The defenders, they were playing aggressive early on and it was working for them, but this time around it does not seem like it is the case as PN Crew is adapting. Slowly but surely they are.
Astra ult was also committed last round, so they don't have it this round. So
It is the last round, so see how this goes. They're just flashing into A. They're trying to go in.
Joke's over! You're dead!
As Phoenix commits his ult
Fine, they're
and
having
the
ult.
breach does
Watch out!
cast that earthquake there. Finn does try to slow the push down, but Rain is gonna get taken out on side, but just by this relentless push by the attackers. And Finn trying to make things work from the smoke there as he keeps and gets Sabang and Izzo with
down
2
A.
consecutive headshots there. Yomi's trying to take an aggressive angle here.
Portal closed.
It is down to a
They don't have reach
2.
anymore with that ult.
Last player standing.
And Yomi will punish Lao for overextending as he slightly peeks around. And Paul down to a 1-2. It is a very good position for him, but Yomi
Now
sees
get
his
it.
head and takes it
I'll
out.
handle this.
And
If
again,
anything,
switching
this was
sides.
a round that the attackers should have won, you know, and they did, right? But I was kind of getting scared there when Breach died because they wouldn't have that ultimate for post plant.
but
But
Yomi was
attackers
still
were
up.
still able to do this round.
Yomi was still up, and you know what happens when Yomi is up. He gets those kills.
But he's been consistently performing for the team. The 2 duelists are at the top. The 3 duelists on PN are all at the top there, providing decent fragging ability. However, they're always been stalled by Thin and Riri, but the sides have been swapped. The score line is now 7-5, and the attackers are looking to push the B side here.
Seems like it's gonna be a quick push as Astra is ready to place down her stars and ready to push as the Soul Arrow does go in. And
Pirates.
hide on the side there. Riri does take him out as he says, "You're not hiding there, I'm taking you out."
Right there.
And the attackers have just gone on a burst push as they take the side,
planted.
and Finn takes out the flank as well in mid here. Bender is trying to retake the side slowly but surely
Watch
as
out.
Isno does have those 2 flashes. Zabang does take out Riri as he sees Catwalk there. Moving with his flashes. So I was trying to take him out, but
No!
Rain whips his shot, but Lau is there to back his teammate up as he just lands that headshot onto
Yeah,
Isno.
I would like to request the cameraman to adjust the volume. Looks like the chat has requested to adjust the volume of the casters in relation to the game. Other than that, I think Peacekeepers are just playing this perfectly. That hasn't been mentioned. I don't know.
Think
Watch
Shannon?
के मारने और ठुलो मारने के शान मारने one man.
In-game volume is higher than the caster.
I
Trying to go for the same push here as Astra has set up a star that's trying to go in. Ambush will try to shoot through that
That was
smoke,
close.
but he will not be able to get a kill there as Finn, again, looking out onto flank and
Planted.
takes out Isno. And the attackers, they've completely taken the side. They're all on site and just waiting for the defenders to try and take this site and challenging the defenders here. As Yomori will try to push into B main as they will be aware that no one's in B main, but Lao takes out Sobang as he was checking B main. He's taking advantage of the situation there. Riri is ready for Merciless here, but Merciless
classic.
sneaks around and takes him out. Ambush likewise takes out Finn as well, and
There's no way. Oh
Like-
no.
I was gonna say this could have been in the favor of defenders as Finn and Riri did go down, but the rest of Peacekeepers did manage to pick up and take those trades, refragging and just taking lives.
I mean, Merciless showing us how classic the classic is. Like, it's just good at everything, you know? Eco round, classic. Pistol round, classic. Like, that burst fire is just so good.
And
Can win your
landing
round
those
time.
classic shots as well. Alright, this time
Volume should
around,
be adjusted now.
the attackers are gonna go for an A push as they have just decided that B is gonna be too much for them. They're gonna smoke up Heaven and Short as they're moving in. Yomori just TPs into Heaven there as he doesn't want to be on site. Merciless does take that peek there, but really takes his head off. Yomori does go for does get a double kill there. He pushes in, takes out Paul as well. And Finn in main there, blinded. Isno taking out Finn there as he was blinded. Rain does take out Ambush, but Isno is there to pick it off. And Isno and Yomori was so dominant this round. as he just took double kill, both of them.
No, shot Yobri is hitting right now. They're crisp. All right, they're really crisp. That he's been consistently delivering for his team, and that was the first buy round for the defenders here, and they were able to break the attackers' momentum. But the attackers still should have enough money to buy. Oh, it looks like
Attackers still have a lot of money to work with.
I will be their nightmare.
Peacekeeper's coming in with a half buy this round.
Yeah, actually, I thought they would have a lot more money, but it seems like they're gonna go for a force buy here. We're moving on to mid here, trying to make things work for his team. As just gonna try to open up places. Then trying to go for a bit of a flank watch there as Rain takes out Isno, as Isno again trying to go for going for the flank, dies by the guy who's watching the flank. In this case being Rain. Riri is trying to take some peek into Gardens there, as we will see Merciless. He will get blinded by him, and Merciless knows where Riri is, as he is blinded. Try to peek that angle for him. He does hear Riri moving around in short. It's gonna be a really intense standoff. As Merciless will smoke it off, trying to just secure that place for himself. Then moves on to site, unaware of Yomori being in heaven.
Another crisp shot.
Unlikely Yomori will take that chance and take out in there. Rain pushing onto site, trying to create space for his team there. He's not aware of the breach hiding on site then and there. Will Breach be able to do anything here? Subbing does take out Paul, but Lau is there to trade him out. Yomori does take out Rain there as he goes for a triple onto Lau. All on his own. While retreating, gets taken out by Merciless with a headshot.
Looks like
This
some
is
whips
very
were coming in.
unexpected. This is some very unexpected things happening here as PN Crew, they seem like a very aggressive team. However, they are excelling at defense.
I mean, I feel like due to their immense amount of flashes, it might actually help them with the retake situation here. But last round, the attackers weren't even able to secure the side, and it seems as though there were some whiffs coming in from the attacking side there, as the Breach and Sage were having a pretty long fight there in the B side.
Yes, of course, those things do happen as people are moving on to mid. They do miss their shots once again, but Rain is there to take out Isno. Does smoke CT for his team as his team is just moving on from market, as just marching through, trying to take B there, as Subbing will be on site again. He takes out Paul, Yomori, and ambush to follow up by killing Finn and Lau. Rain does take out Subbing in the end, but really take out Merciless. Down here 1v2, Rain puts it in his favor.
I got the spike.
As he is left with 5 HP. But Yomori is ready.
Both players
knows where Rain is. Both players do have their ult, and Yomori can play around it. Rain does check with his decoy, but now he knows where Yomori truly is.
Cutting through.
And he's just waiting. He's just waiting for Yomori on
Ooh,
Chris. And just that clean headshot coming from Yomori takes out Rain.
Rain wasn't buying that fake, but it doesn't matter. What are you gonna do against such a crisp assault like that? Like, what are you gonna do?
And he was at 5 HP, so there's not much he could do there.
I would like to highlight a player, the defending Breach, Sobang. I think he's been doing a really good job as an anchor player. He's been at least getting a single frag as an anchor player, and that's really huge.
He's been getting his life's worth out of that defense. This time around, the attackers are gonna go for a full-on A push from the looks of it. Ash, the flashes are coming out, along with the defenders' flashes coming out actually. As Finn puts up his wall, trying to block off Heaven and Generator there, as the attackers are still waiting in A main, even though the wall has gone up. They might be going for a 200 IQ player as they're trying to rotate through, but the defenders are ready for it as Omen does cast his ult and is on B already. Then trying to move through B main, sees Subbing at CT there, really finding Yomori onto his short. And just runs through him. Merciless takes out Finn.
You will not kill my ally.
from Boathouse there as Paul does bring him back, but Zobon takes out 2. But he does get, in the end, he does get taken out by the resurrected Finn there. And now it is down to a 2v3 for the defenders as Ambush is
Spike
trying
planted.
to move through CT while
Last
Isno
player
is going to be
standing.
going for market, but Riri is there to check for that as he gets a triple onto CT, winning this round for his team there.
The defenders had a good attempt there as Merciless was being a nuisance back in Arch, and Subang was able to take advantage of that and get 2 kills. However, Tin with his second coming was able to kill the defenders off and were able to take the side here.
That second life coming in clutch for the attackers there. So this time around, it seems to be the same as Riri is gonna go for a more of a flanking role as his team is gonna be pushing A here. He's gonna try and play slowly at mid here. Yomori is taking too short. He takes his head out and runs away with his life, but Isno there to just deny that from him. But Finn does trade his teammate out as the attackers are moving on to A as it is empty. Ambush trying to make his way back, finds the door shut on him. As Subang and Merciless are trying to go through the back as they're going to be pushing on to Garden and Heaven. The 2 players on Garden here. Subang is ready to cast his ult as his teammate is ready.
The new breach buff should be huge here.
Take that trade there. And the breach ult does go down, stunning the people on the side there as Finn gets taken out while he is blinded. Rain under Heaven there, try to take out Ambush, but Merciless there to just protect his teammate.
Last player standing.
And Ambush just being the protector of this team here as just takes trade and just saves his teammates and just saves the round for his team.
Honestly, this is really weird as PN Crew's lineup is heavily like attacking sided, but they've probably got more rounds now than they did on their
On their
attacking
first
side.
half. Yeah.
And not to mention, Subang's ult there was really crucial. I mean, the new breach buff making that ultimate rectangle should cover more of the site now. And they were able to retake the site perfectly there.
And of course, this might be due to the attackers being a bit too aggressive for their own good because of the flashes and everything that PN Crew is just throwing at them.
Get out of my way.
They're gonna be trying to play here in mid as the Sova arrow does go down, finding no one, actually. As Isno is gonna come back as a Sova arrow runs out. He's gonna peek, but his vision is blocked by the smoke. Yomori and Merciless at short here, trying to make sure no one sneaks up too short. As the Astra smoke does go down, but Finn does take it back.
Could we see a 1 dig here?
And Finn just roaming around with his sheriff as the defenders are trying to rotate around as well. Do you see that? They're trying to keep it.
Oh!
Merciless there to punish it. Paul takes out Yomori, but again, Sobek is there to take out that sneaky little Astra.
Inhuman erection.
Again, Merciless does take out Ryu, moving on, but Rain shuts him down. As one attacker
remaining.
oh my god. And I'm just speechless at how aggressive these defenders are. Because, oh my god. They just take heads off.
This aggression is working out for them. This aggression is working out for them. I mean, I don't know how it felt to be Lao there. You know, I'd be crying right now. And yeah, I mean, that inhuman reaction gave me an inhuman erection. Dude, that inhuman reaction from Merciless gave me an inhuman reaction. Like, what the fuck?
That gave me goosebumps. I was completely baffled.
Bro. Oh
The attacker. Okay, oh my god. All right. Next round, everybody. This time around, it seems like they're trying to go for a mixed push as Astra will put down all 5 of the stars. Trying to fake the defenders out here. As Finn will pop his smokes on B here. And they will try to go through. They will see Isno and mid. In the market here as Ambush trying to get some shots through, but Zobang, being the anchor that he is, takes out Rain and Paul's going to trade him out. But Merciless, likewise. Finn does take out Yomer and is on a one-on-one with Ambush. Can he clutch it out for his team there? Ambush, does he see where the spike is? We got a little elevation there.
Will we see a wall bang?
Oh, as Finn pushes in with a classic, but he's not able to land his shots and take out Ambush in that encounter there. And suddenly,
if you look at the attackers, they were all playing really like passive or slow. They were trying to take control of the map, but this time around they tried to 5-man push aside, and even this didn't work out in their favor. It seems like the defenders had a read there.
And the defenders this time around, finally getting a lead for themselves, as they're now up around against Peacekeepers. Yeah,
I would like to see the attackers using their ultimates better.
of course we did see that resurrection earlier, but still seems to be a bit more to be asked here as the attackers are trying to push in. Yomi does trick
Oh no.
the attackers
no.
out here as people are just lining up in front of him. Finn taken out, but he's not able to take more. Lau will take out Yomi as Paul resurrects Finn back into the fight.
The second
And we're
coming
trying to stall this push as he's trying to just flash the attackers out. But little does he know, the attackers are already out of this place.
The attackers
He's
were
trying to rotate.
on the Astra out there.
And of course, subbing and Isno at B here, as Isno will be looking from market while subbing. Doing his job as an anchor is staying behind Shed. Finn, however, flanking around does take out Ambush with that sneaky play there. And Subbing and Isno are both on a really tight space there. Rain taking out Merciless on
30 seconds left.
on short there, making space for his team there as Paul goes in for the plan.
One enemy remaining.
And the defender's trying to rotate. Subbing is gonna get taken out by Finn there as Finn goes for a triple onto Isno. Making this game very, very close now, aren't they?
Exactly, and I mean, looks like the attackers were finally able to break the defenders' momentum here, and like, looking at the draft, it should be reversed, you know, but I guess not. I guess that's just not, you know. Maybe the defenders are warmed up now, and we'll be seeing more of insane performance coming out of these players in PN crew.
And I don't know why, I have the feeling that this is gonna go into overtime.
Yes, indeed.
And as the attackers try to go for an aggressive push onto mid, as Isno will try to chip people away. Paul will go down in terms of HP while healing himself back up again.
Oh, that was a really nice paranoia coming out from Merciless.
All the way from Garden as well. As Ambush is ready for people to peek through market there, but he will actually play more defensive and hide away. As Subbing is there, taking that little angle, those little angles that takes out Rain at the start there, and it is not really in mid. As Lau is trying to go for some plays, but he will fail. And Finn down to a 1v3. Will he actually make this clutch? Because Yomari is... Well, actually, now all three of the defenders are watching this. As Finn tries to take out Merciless and Ambush, but Yomari is there to just avenge his teammates.
Match point.
Imagine if Tin won that. That would be pretty epic, not gonna lie.
And now it is match point. This is getting very intense. At least, if not for anyone, at least for Peacekeepers here.
There seems to be some sort of miscommunication in terms of the attackers, because like the players are pretty split apart and they're not able to get trades on time. Like Shubang hiding in B side there, even though he might not get a lot of kills, he's buying enough time for his teammates to rotate in.
Yeah, he's creating that space as a defender. As Ambush takes out Rain there, just beats through B main. Again, is on side again, just anchoring and taking out as Ambush backs his teammate up.
Beautiful
Finn
crossfire.
taking out double on his own there. And down to a 1v3 to clutch. Try to clutch for this team there. If they want to go overtime, he's down to 38 HP. Will he be able to do this? Is no. Ambush and Subbing being really hungry for this kill, yeah, as they're trying to push Thin. But they know where Thin is,
Oh my
and they
God.
do, as Isno takes him out, and P and Crew taking this game and moving on.
That was so unexpected.
tournament.
Absolutely beautifully played from PN through that amazing crossfire coming in from Subang and Ambush. Oh my god.
Those were some really amazing coordinated plays coming from P and Crew there, as they were just able to buy time for their teammates and play around them.
Like
They're on
Shubang,
it.
they're like not even giving them the site, not even giving them breathing room. Like they weren't even able to plan the spike like for like 5 rounds in a row there. The attackers were desperate to get a side, and with that desperation, and that desperation was their weakness there.
Yeah, and the defenders, P and Crew, they definitely exploited that weakness there, as they just tore through Peacekeepers.
You know what? I was wrong. Their comp is more defender sided. I was wrong, guys.
Yeah, it seems like it was defender sided. And it
It
seems
was.
that the next match will start in about 5 minutes, so do stay tuned for that.
Let's read the chat. Oh, you're gonna end the stream? Oh, I was gonna interact with the chat. Alright, let's go. Bye, chat. See you next game.
We'll see you in about 5 minutes.